On the 15th of March, the US launched high-profile attacks against Houthi forces, seemingly anticipating a swift victory. But unexpectedly, just a day later, were they already looking for a face-saving way out? The Secretary of Defense went so far as to publicly state that the military operation could conclude if the Houthis simply offered a verbal commitment to stop attacking US ships and drones. A major superpower reduced to requesting a mere verbal promise? But the Houthis rejected this outright, setting their own condition, an unconditional US withdrawal or no negotiations. Consequently, a seemingly frustrated US urgently announced on the 21st of March the deployment of a second aircraft carrier strike group. The question arises, why wasn't the additional force deployed when hostilities began on the 15th of March? Did it really take 6 days of fighting to realize reinforcements were needed? This suggests potentially flawed initial assessments. What does deploying 2 carrier strike groups signify? For context, in 2016, during heightened tensions with China in the South China Sea, the US also deployed 2. This leads to a stark conclusion. Either the Houthis possess capabilities comparable to a major power, or US military dominance has significantly waned. One of these narratives must hold some truth. Highlighting the asymmetry, US warships and carriers expend vast resources conducting extensive airstrikes, targeting Houthi fighters often depicted with modest equipment like sandals and pickup trucks. Conversely, the Houthis utilize relatively low-cost drones and missiles. A single successful hit can cause significant disruption and concern for the technologically superior US forces. Furthermore, achieving a decisive victory against the Houthis likely requires more than airstrikes. It would probably necessitate deploying ground troops for direct engagement, a step the US seems reluctant to take. The US apparently initiated the conflict expecting that limited airstrikes would compel the Houthis to yield quickly. Instead, the Houthis have proven resilient and have retaliated. Now, as the US escalates its military presence and costs mount, questions arise about the mission's effectiveness and potential impact on troop morale. This raises a critical question. If the US military faces such challenges in dealing with the Houthis, what level of force would be required to effectively confront more formidable adversaries? What are your thoughts? Feel free to leave a comment and discuss.